Inspired by the flavors of the Mediterranean on my travels, if chilled soups aren't your thing, you can heat it up and it's still equally delicious. So let's get cooking. First up, let's get those lovely tomatoes out. Tomatoes are at their best right now. Give them a little wash. Half them, put them at the bottom of the liquidizer, like that. I'm then gonna go in with the pepper. Put your thumb in where the stalk is and then just split it open like that. And this way, you're not gonna waste much. Chop this up into sort of like chunky bits. So I've got 2 peppers. So I'm gonna put 1.5 into here. Chop it up, tear it up. It's all good. With this little half a pepper here, finely slice the peppers like that and then just put it into a little bowl. Then we want onion. So I've peeled it, just take the ends off, cut it in half. I'll just roughly chop this half and put this into our liquidizer. And then this half here, I'm just gonna finely slice, but not quite to the end. Turn it around and just carefully slice in half like that, and then we'll finely slice it. In with the onion, a nice pinch of salt, and then a splash of vinegar. And then what you get is a really quick little pickle, right? A little crunchy salsa. And I'll show you what we do with that a little bit later. I'm gonna also put 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar or white wine into here, and that gives it a nice little tang. Then we've got 1 clove of garlic, just peeled. I'm gonna take 1/2 and just put it to one side, and then this half goes into the liquidizer. I don't wanna use too much garlic. It's powerful, it's delicious, it's pungent, but kind of be subtle. About 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil, a good pinch of salt and pepper, and then a nice big handful of ice, and that will chill it down and make it absolutely delicious. And then what I want to do is just take the end off this lovely baguette, and this is going to make this soup have a bit of body and a real delicious creaminess, a real shiny creaminess. You'll see in a minute. And then I'm going to slice this bread into 1 centimeter slices, put it into your large pan like that, and we'll just toast them on both sides. Get them nice and golden, and then the rest of the ends go into here. Just turn it on, give it a little whiz up. So literally 30 seconds is all you need here. So that leftover piece of garlic here, just take it, and as these toasts are nice and golden, just take it off and give it a couple of rubs. What's amazing is just that kind of crispy toast and the heat is enough to pull out the pungent flavor, the gorgeous, fragrant, pungent flavor of the garlic. And then I'm gonna show you the quickest way to turn humble beans into something that is delicious. In the Mediterranean, you know, one of the most famously healthy diets in the world, they celebrate beans. So let me show you how to make them utterly delicious. This hot pan, I'm gonna pour in the beans, juice and all, right? We'll bring it to the boil. A lot of that liquid is starting to evaporate. I can take a fork and just mush up like 10% of those beans. That will release even more creaminess and ooziness. And then what we want to do is season this with salt, pepper, and a little thimble of olive oil and vinegar. But why not use the vinegar from our little quick pickle here, right? It really makes a massive difference. So just a little tablespoon in there. And you can see it's now getting creamy and delicious. Look at that. In no time at all, we've transformed boring old beans into something that tastes really delicious. And I'm simply going to take this hot beans and just top it on our little toasts here. What I love about this dish is it's delicious, nutritious. It's coming in at under £1 a portion. It's 2 of your 5 fruit and veg a day in one dish. It's something a little bit different. On a hot summer's day, you don't want to be slaving away in the kitchen, like, you know, cooking loads, right? Zip it up, chop it up, and just like little re-seasoning of the beans. Now, with this lovely little salsa, just a little pinch on top. Yeah, look at the colours, beautiful. This in itself is a lovely little antipasti meze, but with the soup, I think it works really, really well. You know, having the beans gives you a nice source of protein, so really, really good. Then we got some parsley. It's a delicious herb. And I'm gonna equally love the stalks and the leaves. And I know it's messy, but it's chaotic and it's brilliant and I love it. And then last but not least, let's get that soup out. Look at the color, just beautiful. Cold, it is so refreshing on a hot day. Like it's like an antidote. It's like, just cools you. It's so full of the good stuff. By taking just a little crostini or 2, the bread starts sucking up all the beautiful juice from the soup. Just a little drizzle of oil, look at that. That is summertime right there. So you can see, this is kind of a friend of gazpacho. Super simple, Soup, toasts, beans, full of the good stuff. And whether you have it hot or cold, it's really easy to make. Let's get in there. It tastes how a greenhouse smells. Sweet, fresh, and then you get these little toasts, you know, the hot garlic toast with those lovely beans. The two. That, my friend, is summer in a bowl. Super quick, super healthy. My Lord, what a joy. It's summertime, we're going a little bit lighter. So here are the tortellinis here, handmade, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So Andrea here, he is gonna cook some off. Tortellini is part of the ravioli family, which is the name for any filled pasta. Today, the filling I'm gonna show you is with this. It's incredible. This is white asparagus. And it's a real delicacy. They're really in season for a short amount of time. And we blanch them, we chop them, we toss them with ricotta, which is a lovely light cheese, parmesan, seasoning, and it makes the most delicious sweet filling. And that's the point of any kind of ravioli, right? That it's a little present, a little gift. So let's cook this up. We cook the ravioli for like 3 minutes. The pasta's really soft, it's really silky. It's an egg pasta. And then Andrea has browned off a little butter, then added a little bit more fresh butter so it's light, and then put a little lemon juice in, a little vegetable stock, and then he's gonna put some mint in. And this makes the most incredible natural little cream. So you boil it away until it becomes this lovely loose cream, which, just show them now, chef.
Yeah.
Look at this. So there's the tortellini, a little seasoning, and that is basically it done. Really light, so we'll just give that one more little bring up. We'll plate it up here. To serve it, we do two things. First of all, we have these incredible pea shoots grown for us. Look at these, guys. So literally from the peas themselves, they shoot up, and then we snip them, and we wash them. So we have these pea shoots here, and they're properly funky. Look at that. And they actually taste of peas. So you have white asparagus, ricotta, parmesan, then pea shoots, which taste like sweet, like peas. So I'll just put those there. Go on, Andrea. Really simple, really light, perfect for this time of year. Beautiful. We've got a bunch of new pastas on the menu. Long strokes of parmesan, guys. Look at that. And then just a few little pea shoots in and around. Sweet and delicious. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. White asparagus, tortellini with pea shoots and parmesan, mint and lemon sauce. Delicious. Guys, we're gonna do lasagna in under half an hour. This is a beautiful vegetable spring summer lasagna. It's gonna blow you away. We've got some asparagus, 2 bunches, about 700 grams. I'm gonna give this a wash first. You take the tips off of these, push that to one side and forget about it for the moment. Then I'm just gonna kind of slice these big bunches up, right? And this is gonna go in the base of our lasagna filling. So in this pan here that is heating up, olive oil goes in, about 4 or 5 tablespoons. We go straight in with the stalks. They're gonna go sweet and creamy and delicious. Toss that up. Next thing, spring onions. Get rid of those ends. And if you need to peel them back, just pull them back like that. The rest are pretty good. I'm just gonna slice these up. We need a pinch of salt going in there and a little bit of pepper. Nice. I want 6 cloves of garlic. Now we're starting to bring flavour into this story. We're using anchovies. Little tin, put some of the oil in, and about 4 or 5 anchovy fillets go in. If you're veggie, just leave them out. You will never ever taste fish or anchovies, right? Trust me. It will disintegrate and melt into just like a big punch of flavour. The zest of half a lemon will just give an elegance to it. Put a little splash of water in, just so it's softening everything nicely. Just a little splash there. It's on full whack. I'm just gonna let this sweat off. Add to this 500 grams of frozen peas. And then this is 300 grams of broad beans going in. So mix that up. A nice big handful of lovely fresh mint. Just chop it up. We're also going to go in with 300 millilitres of single cream. I'm going to add about 300 mils of chicken stock. You can keep it veggie by all means. I'm using chicken stock because I'm not a veggie and it will give a little bit more flavour. Let that come to the boil. Perfect. I'm using cottage cheese, which of course is not Italian, but it does have that meltability of mozzarella. And then the slushy bit of the cheese has that lovely creaminess, which is kind of similar to a bechamel. Just stir that in. Get a little masher and just mash through it. It gives it a bit of a texture, so it goes a little bit thicker. I've got a nice roasting tray on a medium heat. I want to take 1/4 of this filling and put it in this tray. Then I'm going to use lasagna sheets. I'm going to put a nice layer there. Get your parmesan, give it a good grating all over. Put your filling on top of your pasta like that. About 3 ladles per layer. Let's get that last little bit in there like that. And then a nice generous cheese portion. And then all I would say, just add a little bit of water, just here and there, just to make sure that it's really bubbling around the sides of the pasta. And of course, what's going to happen in the grill, and now I'm going to turn this on full whack now, so we're getting some ferocious heat going. What's going to happen is it will suck up all of that excess moisture and just be dense and sort of gorgeous. So the last 3 bits of lasagna go in. A nice little trick here, I've got the cottage cheese going in. I just want to let that down with a tiny little bit of water. And this is our final layer, okay? So we're going to just pour that cottage cheese let down in the middle. Right, we haven't got to make any bechamel, just move this in and around. It's boiling, it's blipping, you know, the pasta sheets are sucking up all of that lovely minty sort of, you know, cheesy, gorgeous juice. Put a nice layer of parmesan on the last bit. Just get your asparagus tips here, just drizzle them with some olive oil. Get a little bit of thyme, and of course a little pinch of salt, otherwise it's going to be bland. And then just put the whole of these asparagus on the top. Just bring that to a final boil, then we take it out, we turn it off, and we put it under the grill to gratinate. Yes! There you go. Look at that colour. You know, you can see that kind of cream cheese has gone oozy and melty and cloddy. Beautiful homemade lasagna. Hey guys, we're gonna make the most beautiful spicy sausage pasta with gorgeous cherry tomatoes, loads of herbs, balsamic, linguine. It's a real summer classic. A beautiful meal for 6 people. So get yourself a nice casserole style pan, something that can go in the oven. Happy days. First up, sausages. You can use any one that you can get your hands on. That's cool, but they've got to be good. This is a merguez sausage. This is a Moroccan style sausage made of lamb or beef. Pinch it and squeeze it like that. I just find that's a kind of cuter size for having around your pasta, okay? Cut these off. So some olive oil goes into the pan. Let's get our sausages nice and browned. That'll just take a couple of minutes. So I'll put that on a medium heat. You know, you could do this over a fire pit, on a barbecue. You know, the smells are incredible. As that colours up, those beautiful spices come out. And then we want to start layering up the flavours. Bay leaf, a little bit of oregano, a little bit of marjoram. It's going to give you so much flavour. Then just take 1 red onion, finely chop it. That's the beginning of the veggies. Woo! I'm going to go celery, finely chop it. That goes in. So good. Okay, garlic. I'm just doing 2, finely slice it. So I'm taking a chili, take the stalk off, and then I want to get the seeds out. Just use a teaspoon. If you just scrape those seeds out, and the white kind of membrane, that is where most of the heat is. We don't want the chili to blow your head off. That's a failure, okay? We want it just to be a nice, warm, juicy sort of hug of like heat that kind of just gets the vibes going. We like that. Put that straight in. We definitely want to soften the veggies, but we don't want to burn anything. So just take care of everything. Keep moving it around. Now look, that's 1 kilo of lovely tomatoes. Don't go buying the hard ones that don't taste. Buy the overripe ones that really do taste. Look at the colours, guys. Outrageous. Also, what I'm going to do now is just a little swig of water. You don't need much, but can you hear it's frying? Okay, we want to kind of stop that. And we want to sort of now go into sort of simmering away, blipping away sort of mode. So you can see there's moisture coming out of the tomatoes now. It's getting saucy. I'm just going to season it with pepper, not salt. There's salt in the sausages, so we don't want to over season it. And also balsamic vinegar. Really, really nice. It's going to be unbelievable. So about a tablespoon goes in. Toss this up. Wow. So, so good. One last thing I do, get some herbs, put a bit of oil on it, spray it across the top like that. But guys, how optimistic and wonderful and summery does that look? So, we're going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes, not too hot, about 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's just going to simmer and blip away. All the flavors are going to mix up and be beautiful, and that's going to be amazing. And when that's ready, I'm going to serve it with the pasta. Come and have a look at this. Oh! It's looking gorgeous and it's smelling pretty fantastic. We've got some cooked linguine here. You can do it with any pasta that you want. I love serving it on a big old platter. We go in with that beautiful sauce. Hot, steamy, sweet, sour, spicy. I love this. Now, cheese has a wonderful ability to join up all the flavors. So I've got 3 options: fresh ricotta, parmesan. I think I'm gonna go for the salted ricotta, but use any one of those. And guys, that is really one of my favorite pastas. Beautiful, spicy sausage pasta. Mix it up, serve it to your mates, tell them you love them. And I'll tell you what, they're gonna tell you they love you too, because that is one of my very favorite dishes. Gorgeous. A great summer pasta dish. The flavour from the sausage and the quality meat is coming through. We're getting spices, we're getting beautiful sweet cherry tomatoes. So there you go, guys. I hope you try this dish. It's an absolute knockout. Guys, if you want a lovely drink to go with this, then check out the video that I did. The Milano e Torino is a fantastic cocktail, an absolute classic that you will love, especially in summertime. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect frittata. Frittata being the Italian style omelette. It's quick, it's delicious. Let me show you how to do it. So we're going to start off with the eggs. So just crack in the eggs. I've got 6 eggs gone in there. 3 eggs per person is more than enough. A basic pinch of salt and pepper is always good. Give it a little whip up. Some people like to whip it well. Some people like to just sort of break it up so you kind of get little kind of streaks of lovely kind of red yolks and sort of the whites as well. Let's talk about flavour. Now, like an omelette, like a pizza, like risotto, you can do any flavour you want. I'm just going to smash up peas and broad beans to make like a kind of pesto, sort of peasto. Call it a peasto. Peasto. Broad bean sto. Don't work. I'm going to put a little pinch of salt in there and I'm just going to smash that up. I want to get some mint into the story. This is going to be super, super tasty. You'll see I'm just lightly smashing up the peas. Lemon zest has to be in there. Some lemon juice, just to set off the flavours. To me, damn right, delicious. Half a lemon goes straight in there. You want to add about 2 tablespoons of good extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just going to take a little bit of parmesan, put a bit of sort of salty fatness in there. Yum. Happy with that. I've got my asparagus tips here. I'll just cut those in half. I'm going to put a little oil into the pan. Often I use a little knob of butter, but I haven't got any, so not today. I'm just going to fry those asparagus for a second. The eggs here, what I'm going to do is put a little spoon into my mix, like that, just to kind of get that whipped into it. Get that, look how the kind of, it just turns the eggs a kind of nice sort of green colour, which is kind of, I like. Go straight in with the eggs, get it all out. I'm then going to go in with little blobs of my beautiful peas, and just for like 35 seconds while the frittata is starting to set, you know, just sort of put these bombs in. You can see the eggs starting to firm up. But this is the great kind of thing. You can come home, start it, finish it, 10 minutes. See how it's almost cooking like an omelette? When you kind of see those little sheets, that does give it a sort of cute little internal sort of texture, which is nice. I'm going to go around the edge. Just a little bit of feta and a little bit of parmesan. And that will cook a treat. I'm going to put it into the top of the oven. It's quite nice to get a bit of colour. You know, you can undercook it and have it, well, you can just cook it, but really most frittatas that I've eaten around Italy, and I've had a lot, I kind of cook through. Whack it in the oven, cook it until it's kind of cooked through and a little bit golden on top. While that's cooking, I'm going to put a really simple basic salad together with some pea shoots, some rocket, raw peas, which I love in salads. You can nick a few tomatoes if you want. Beautiful. The other half of the lemon, little seasoning, little olive oil. Very nice, very simple little salad. Come with me. You can see, if you have a look in there, see how the frittata has doubled in size. Let's take that out, have a little look at it. Turn the oven off. Look at that. But just get in there and just push it out like that. Have fun with it. There you go, my friends. That is a beautiful frittata, super quick.